Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the GE refrigerator water valve and bracket kit. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the instructions and the new water valve and bracket kit. The water valve and bracket kit is the complete water valve assembly. The main reason to be changing it out is if you have multiple solenoids that have gone bad or it's leaking water on the floor and you just want to change out the whole assembly. In order to change the part, we're going to go to the back of the fridge. Now that we're at the back of the refrigerator, we have to take the water supply line off. So we're going to put a towel down to catch any water that might come out. And then we're going to use our 1/2-inch wrench to take the water line off. Once you have the water line off, you can drain any water out of it and then set it aside. With the water line out of the way, we can take the access cover off. We're going to use our 1/4-inch nut driver to remove all the screws. Now that we have all the screws out, we can pull the access panel off and set it aside. Now that we have the panel off, we have access to the water valve. It's over here on the right side of the refrigerator where all the water lines come together. We're going to use our 5/16 nut driver to remove this screw so we can take it out. Once you have the screw out, we're going to carefully pull the water valve out so we can take it out. Once you have the water valve assembly out, we're going to disconnect the wire harness. It's held in by a couple locking tabs. All you have to do is press on them and separate the harness. Once you have the wire harness disconnected, we're going to lift the valve up a little bit and throw a towel underneath it because we're going to get some water coming out of these lines. And then we're going to use a 3/8-inch wrench to release these little locking collars on each of these water lines. You want to label these or take a picture so you remember where they go. We're going to use a small open-end wrench to push up on the locking collars and then pull the water lines out. Once you have all 4 water lines disconnected, you can pull the water valve kit out. Here's the old water valve and bracket kit next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. We have to swap the wire harnesses from the old one to the new one because they don't give them with them anymore. If you look at the instruction sheet and you're changing one on a monogram refrigerator, you're going to have to change the bracket, take the 4 screws out, turn the bracket upside down, and remount it so the back valve is actually a little bit higher than the front, and you're only going to be able to put 1 screw in it to hold it in place. If you don't do that, it won't fit in the refrigerator. Also, you have to bend this mounting tab 90 degrees so it fits in the refrigerator. The other side, the instructions tell you if you're replacing this valve assembly that it used to come with a wire harness, but they no longer sell it. So if you need it because it's gone bad or shorted out, you have to order it. Now we can switch over the wire harnesses from the old valve to the new one. We're going to take a small flathead screwdriver to help pop them off. Sometimes they're on there tight. And just remember, the reds are on the right and the white is on the left. But you shouldn't mix them up because the terminals are different sizes. Once you have them all off, we can swap it over to the new valve and push them onto place so they get a good connection. Once you have the wire harnesses swapped over, we can put it in the refrigerator. To put the new water valve kit in, we're going to lay it down just like we did when we took it out and reconnect all the water lines. If you happen to forget where yours went or you didn't label them right, on this particular style they're actually color coded. So we're just going to go color to color. So we're going to go orange, and you just want to make sure you push these all the way until they bottom out, and you get a good seal in there. And we'll go with the smaller white one. And then we'll hook up the 5/16 one, the larger one. And then we can do the brown one. Once you have all the water lines hooked up, we can reach in and grab the wire harness and reconnect it to the valve. There's only one way you can hook it up. All you have to do is press it together so it locks together and you get a good connection. Then we can carefully guide the water valve back into place and remount it. Hook it into the frame right here. Once you have the new water valve in place, we're going to use our 5/16 nut driver to put the screw back in. And then this new water valve has this little cover right here that we're just going to kind of get out of the way and run all these water lines behind it like it was before. You want to make sure you get these down and away from the copper line as far away as possible, so they don't get any heat from the copper lines. Now we can put the back cover on. All we're going to do is set it down in place and line up the screw holes. Then we can go around with our 1/4" nut driver and put the screws in. Once you have the back cover on, we can take the black cap off so we can hook up the water supply line. All you have to do is get the water line started with your finger. Once you have it snug, we can take our 1/2" wrench and tighten it down so you get a good connection. Now that you have the water supply line reconnected, you can turn the water back on, plug the refrigerator back in, and run some water through the dispenser until you get a good steady stream. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.